of New Zealand running at the moment. So
here we go. Here's the race has
very
begun.
true.
So we're going to watch, and I assume quickly the race will string out, very similar to the under-20 women. Here's all the runners. So this is a field of approximately...
And that looks like it's gone out fast.
34 athletes, so a little bit bigger than the under-20 women. But a strong showing.
So that looks... Is that Caleb Wagner that's gone straight to the front there?
Definitely.
No, that's Caleb Wagner that's in second place. It's the Australian.
Okay.
That must be Charles Barrett.
Yeah.
They've gone out fast. They've gone out very fast.
So remember Charles Barrett, he's under-20 national champ, so he's no stranger to winning. He's obviously got a tactic here, and that is to go out and go out hard.
That's interesting. Playing Caleb Wagner to Caleb Wagner. But Caleb has hit the front himself now. So
there we go. So Caleb Wagner, was he the winner of the World Duathlon?
I believe so, yes.
So he's very strong. He's no stranger as well to winning and also really grinding. So he's going to have a lot of strength. Biking gives you so much power and strength.
He's one of those younger athletes where I would back him to go up to the senior men and run just as well over 10K.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think 8K is really going to suit Caleb today. NZ Predict actually has Caleb winning with Finley Oliver coming second and Joe Martin third, followed by George Wiley. So we'll see how he goes on the Predict.
Yeah, so we've got these top two athletes. They've really strung it out. Will be fascinating to see if anybody joins them in the later stages of the race.
Well, it looks like they're slowly starting to close that gap. So it looks like it was a rapid start and they've sort of settled into a pace a little bit. The Aussies have gone to join, and then we've got a big pack of Wellington, Auckland and Canterbury athletes. But that tells you all you need to know. They're strung out straight away in the first 2 minutes, so it must be quick.
Yeah, definitely. So, Dave, tell us about your under-20 cross-country racing experience.
I don't actually have much because I sort of gave up the sport from 16 to 22.
Okay.
So I was doing more under-20 drinking
than
under-20 running.
Which we do not condone. We do not.
No. No, stay in the sport, team.
Yeah, stay in the sport. So obviously you're back now. What brings you back to the sport?
The love of it. I don't know. You sort of when you move away from running like I did, you start to get the craving again. You miss the competition, and seeing all the familiar faces coming back into it has been over the last 6 years has been awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It gives you a real reason to get out there and jog. When you can go compete at these races at such a high level.
Yeah, and I think it's really evident here, hopefully on the live stream, like watching these athletes, the passion that they have for the sport and the supporters as well. Like that obviously makes a huge difference, having people here cheering you on. And like, who wouldn't want to be out here running on the grass this morning on a beautiful Christchurch day?
This under-20s race, I mean, this is world-class under-20s cross-country in my opinion. With a lot of these athletes going off to the States after this will set them up quite nicely for handling those high-pressure situations when they compete in the NCAA.
Yeah, definitely. I think there'll potentially also be some recruiters watching this stream as well. Because New Zealand is known for strong distance running and in particular strong cross-country running. And
our athletes that are coming through in the under-20s at the moment are looking very good. I think generationally, I can't say that word, this is probably the best I've seen of under-20s.
I mean, there's record after record being broken, right? It's like...
Not just by Sam Ruth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And we don't have Sam Ruth here today, but we have got, as we said, his training group and lots of other strong runners, Caleb Wagner, who obviously...
So that front pack seems to have slowed down. There's a big group of them now. So Caleb must have just put a foot on the brake.
Do you see that turn? There was a bit of aggression there.
Yeah.
People wanting to take that turn tight. Which,
you've got Harry at the front there in the Canterbury singlet joining him to the side. So Harry will want to make this quick, I imagine.
All right, so let's look who jumps and who goes round. It's honestly 50-50, isn't it?
Yeah, interesting. In my opinion, I would run through the hurdle. I think you'll just lose critical meters running
Yeah.
around.
I knew you were going to say that because I would say the complete opposite. I would have run around that all day. I'm not known for jumping over things, but yeah, I think it just depends on how much you think you're going to lose by jumping, right? Particularly if it's high and you haven't got a lot of hop like me.
Yeah, and
just
it's the
fall over it.
what's often not thought about is the physiological aspect of it. If you don't go over the hurdle, you probably do save a little bit of energy.
Yeah.
That you could use later in the race, but you have to make up those few meters.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we saw that in the under 20 women's. You know, Kobe Walker did lose a bit of ground, and Kobe and Sienna were able to come in for that first second. So, yeah, I think we'll see how it plays out for the men. But here we come through almost to the 2K.
So when they get back close to the finish line, we'll be able to tell you what they're roughly splitting.
So we've got, kind of blanket Aussies there next to Caleb Wagner, but they've all caught up to each other. So it's kind of gone the opposite way to what we thought.
Exactly, yeah. That's
it's interesting. They've kept them all in it, and it looks like they've slowed now. So they may just be waiting to kind of really rip it in the last 2K.
A 6:25 first 2K, so they're running at about 3:12s per K. Across 10K, that's about a 32, 31:50. So it's still pretty quick. But knowing these boys, they're probably still reserving a little bit for that finish.
Yeah, definitely.
They've still got 3 laps to go, so it's a long, long race, this one for them.
Yeah, so a couple of Aussies leading that. We've got Logan Tickle and Charles Barrett. So Charles Barrett's run a 14:05 5K. That is pretty handy.
Rapid.
And Logan Tickle's run a 14:36, so that's very rapid.
There will be about 10 boys in that front pack, I want to say, that can go sub 15 over the 5K. So they're all boys that watch with about 2K to go. They'll want to start ramping this up.
Yeah. We've got all of that Waikato team there.
Yep, Tauranga R&R.
A couple of Wellington runners too. There will be enough for a Wellington team as well, I believe. So that pack, what would you say, about 12 runners in that pack?
Yeah, maybe even
more.
Maybe even slightly more, but yeah.
So really they're keeping a lot of runners in it.
Surprisingly, Caleb just hanging in the pack now. And now it's sort of being front ran by the Australian and Harry Witt. Oh, but I say that, and then Caleb comes out. And going over that mound there, that'll take the sting out of the legs.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about Harry Witt, Dave. You've seen him training a bit around here?
Yeah, I follow him on Strava.
Yep.
And he is a very, very accomplished runner. I see him doing he did the Hagley Relays and ran the 4K leg in 12 flat.
Oh, wow.
What was a flat course, but always pretty challenging in South Hagley this year. So to run 12 flat, that's 3-minute Ks.
Yeah,
he's moving.
Speedy. We haven't talked about Jack Snedden yet either, from Auckland. So he's second there behind Caleb Wagner for the Auckland team. We will just pull up some information about Jack. So he's running fantastically. So Jack has a PB in the 3K of 8:35.
That's moving.
Yeah, really moving. So his 8K is quite far, but I'm sure he's had a great season over cross country as well. We had North Island champs as well, so I guess for a bit of context on what kind of leads up to this race. So we had North Island champs in Taupo probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago. And that's a really good indicator of how your season's going to go, I think. That course is quite hard. Honestly, I'd say it's kind of similar to this. Like, there's a bit more of a hill. and a bit more packed trail, but it's like, packed grass. But I do think that it can be quite fast.
Yeah.
And then in the South Island, Dave, tell us kind of what goes on in the South Island before Nationals.
Well, we have the short course cross-country champs, which is the 4.5K that is ran around Rawati racecourse.
Yep.
So that's a bit sandy, bit undulating, but mostly flat. And then we move on to the long course champs, which for the under 20s is supposed to be an 8K, and for the seniors is a 10K, and that's dead flat out at Ascot Park, where the QE2 stadium used to be. And that's just on a golf course. It's very fast, but we chuck in a couple of hurdles and it makes it harder. But it will be very comparable to what we've got going on here. So it'll suit the likes of Harry Witt. Harry Witt ran very well at the long course champs. They run the under 20s with the seniors, and he was leading the senior men out.
Oh wow!
And
Did
maintain
he win
that
for under 20?
he dominated the under 20 race. So he is in fantastic form.
Yeah. There's George Wiley as well, from Waikato.
He's looking good.
He is looking good.
Don't doubt him. He has a rapid finishing kick. So if George is there to go with about 500 meters, watch that man go. Here they come up to the hurdle, and they go around it again.
Yeah, again it looks like more are going round than attacking
This is
it now.
disappointing to see, fellas. Toby Tasker is not going to be happy watching this on the live stream. But still can't separate them. That top, 10? Just all there.
Yeah, so about 11 and then back to 12 and then 13, 14, 15 all there. So that's definitely kind of your solidified top 15, although there's that 16th runner just popped up on the screen who could get back. It's a long race. There's lots more kind of drama, I guess, to happen here. Yeah, anything can happen over 8K, like it is quite far.
Yeah, Auckland is looking really good for the team.
Yeah, Wellington is as well, I think. So yeah, remembering if you've just tuned in, so this is obviously, it's an individual race, but also there are points and medals on the line for your regional team. And we've got some Aussies here as well, which is great to see because it just adds a different level of competition.
So Caleb Wagner's still pushing this pace along. I think he's not willing to let it go too slow, but
it'll be about the same.
Well, they went through the first lap in about 6:25, and they're coming up on the second lap.
So speed up a little bit.
My clock has stopped here at 12:14, but I imagine they've come through in probably about 13:05. So that is a similar lap. That would have been about 6:30 lap, so that's 3:15. So they've still got the pace on.
Yeah, it's really kind of starting to go single file now.
Yeah.
They're all still together, but before we were kind of seeing that bunch pack, which, yeah, kind of led to a little bit of aggression on the turn. So it should be a little bit cleaner on all those corners now.
And I think that tells you what you need to know about the course. They're rolling out there at about 3:13s, and it's starting to spread the pack out. So that course must be a little bit chewed up. Those mounds must be harder than what we're giving them credit for.
Yeah, I definitely think so too. It may be harder on screen to really get an idea of how kind of steep they are as well, and also easy to talk about sitting down.
Yeah, when you've got to run through sand twice a lap, that really starts to hurt.
Exactly. Yeah, so we've got Caleb Wagner, 2 Aussies, we've got 2 Waikato, another Aussie, and then...
So who's that second Waikato athlete? We've got George Wiley, and that might be... It's hard to see.
There's Caleb Wagner. He looks strong. But kind of, everybody looks pretty strong there. So number 205. I'll just pull that up for you now so we can let you know. That is Corbin Holmes. Oh, so we haven't really talked about Corbin
That's the
yet,
cross-country specialist.
Yeah, so he was third in the under-18s last year, so he'll definitely be looking for another podium spot coming up a grade this year. And he, really looks strong running next to his teammate there, George Wiley.
Yep, so George has said that he often does fly under the radar. So let's watch Corbin, see how he goes. He could be one to watch for these medals. And he is sat there in third place, so he is making his mark in this field. And known to be quite a pace merchant, so he knows what he's doing.
Okay. Yeah, look, this is interesting what's happening now. So everyone was kind of together for, 4.5K?
Yep.
And now we're starting to see
Swiftly
people
open up.
hurting because that pace has stayed the same. It potentially even sped up a little bit. And now we've got that kind of almost top 4, another 4, and another 3. So really, if you're in one of that second or third pack, you do not want to see that gap getting bigger.
No, your lungs will be burning, the legs will be telling you no.
Yeah.
But you've got to switch it into manual.
But Dave, you can
move.
tell us a bit about your race last year, because I do remember that you were not in the podium position, were you? And you did quite a bit of work to get yourself back there. So tell us about that.
No, yeah, I tend to yo-yo in cross-country races because your body's telling you, just drop out. You can DNF, and I've got a notorious DNF Dave to my name. But then you start to really feel yourself again, and you go, right, there's only 2 laps to go. You just got to grit it out for 4 more K, and the lungs start to hurt. But I was able to catch up on Ronan Lee, my brother, and beat him out for the 3rd place. But
Ronan's racing today as well.
He is, and he's looking pretty good. Connor Melton was the winner that year, and he is looking great for the senior men this year round. Been training very well. My training partner and flatmate. So excited to see how he gets on this year.
Yeah, so 2 of your flatmates are running today, aren't they?
Yes.
3.
3 of my flatmates, yes.
Yeah.
I've got Gabby Newman, Will Little, and Connor Melton. So we all live together. We've been training very hard for the last 16 weeks. So Will and Connor have had a very good lead up to this this national cross-country champs, and Will Little taking out the North Island cross-country champs ahead of Ben Otis by about 7 seconds. So he's looking very good. He's very eager to improve on his last 2 years' performances, where he's come down with a little bit of illness leading into the races. So he's looking good this year, and I think he'll want to take out one of those medals.
Yeah, so for some of these men, they'll be looking at, this is their last year in the under-20 grade, and they will be up against the senior boys next year. So they'll want to make the most of being in this grade, not only with their age, but also 2K less. Because remember, the senior goes up to 10K.
And Caleb again taking on that hurdle as the Aussie and Corbin go around.
Yeah, so I guess we saw in that under-20 women's race, jumping over the barrier probably gives you a slight advantage. So we saw first and second, they always attacked that barrier. I wonder if it'll be the same.
I've got a feeling we're going to see the same thing. If the top 3 are there with coming into that last lap, it wouldn't surprise me if Caleb really attacks that hurdle and makes a gun for home. He has a fast finish. These boys have got to be wary that he is a very accomplished 1,500 metre runner. So I believe he runs a 3:46.
Yeah.
So you can't deny him over the last K of this race.
No, you can't count him out for sure. So here we're coming up nearly on 6K, and then we've got 1 more lap, 2K to go, through all the bunkers, over the barrier again, up those little mounds.
Just one more time.
One more time.
As they come through that chute, Caleb Wagner leading it off with the Australian right behind him. And then Corbin in 3rd, and then the other Australian just there. So I believe that's Charles Barrett in 2nd.
Yes. Yeah, so they'll be really looking to kind of focus in now. Knuckle down, 2K to go. You really don't want to start thinking about how much you're hurting at this point.
Charles is now at the front, so he must be trying to push the pace a little bit. That's 19:37 through 6K. So they're really maintaining the pace here. They went through in about 13 minutes, 19:37. So that last lap was about a 6:37, slightly slower than the first 2 laps. So
interesting.
It must be tough out there.
Yeah. So that top 4 there, 2 Kiwis, 2 Aussies.
And as they hit this corner, we might get an indication of who's feeling good with 2K to go. Corners like that can really take the stride out of your legs.
Yeah, that's a tight turn.
And you've got to get back up to speed once again. But I think George Wiley's spot on here with his training partner, Corbin Holmes, just flying right under the radar.
Flew really under the radar.
Don't worry, we caught you, Corbin.
Yeah, we got you.
But who knows what these 2 Aussies can do? We've never seen them race before. So who knows? Can they finish very quickly? Or are they looking to grind out the 2 New Zealand boys?
Yeah, I think it looks like they're trying to kind of break away.
Yeah. Would you say Caleb looks like he's hurting just a little bit there?
Yeah, I do, but I think
the shoulders are.
Yeah,
but he is a triathlete.
And he's kind of, I think, known to just keep on going. You know, like definitely grinds. And I think, he's honestly no stranger to running on the grass. I've seen him running at the Domain on the grass, on the infield. So he's also, like you said before, about your Canterbury boys practicing on the field. A lot of the Aucklanders have been doing that too, arguably in not as beautiful of a location as Hagley Park, but nonetheless getting on that grass and doing some of the Auckland cross-country series. That's a fantastic series to get you prepped for nationals. I understand you had a similar series of races.
Yeah, they went for almost a Tour de France type approach this year with the Canterbury races. Where they competed over 5 races and they were pointing every time they raced. So obviously top points for first and then second and third. I think it was a great format. We got a lot better turnout this year of athletes returning to more than one race during the season. Usually people just tend to turn up for the last race of the season, which is the Canterbury Champs. But straight from day dot, they were turning up for the races.
Yeah, I think having that point system definitely works, gets people along.
And that top 4's still there.
So that's James Weber there as well. He is from Queenstown Athletic, representing Southland.
And once again, just like the under-20 women's race, we can't separate these top 4 under-20 men.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Similar to the under-20 women's with the top 4. So they've probably got about a K to go now.
Yeah, is it 2 Australians at the front, closely followed by Corbin and then Caleb. That must be a bit of a sign for Caleb that maybe he is hurting, because that bungee cord is starting to go there.
It is.
Starting to stretch, and we may have an Australian 1-2 here, but let's see what Corbin can do.
Yeah, and a bit of uneven footing there.
As they come through that sand.
Bunker, and now there's some mud, as you can probably see on the stream. So, yeah, a few different surfaces to kind of navigate, which is not fun when you're feeling tired.
And you can see that course there is a bit beat up.
Yeah.
So it must be tough on the feet. Your legs will be hurting, especially with only a K to go on an 8K course. You will be hurting in those legs. Lungs will be on fire.
Yeah.
And those Australians have really picked it up here.
Yeah, they kind of look like they're working together as well. Obviously, each of them will be looking for the win as well. But
so now we've got to figure out which ones we've got here.
Another runner has caught up to them.
Oh wow! From is that Taranaki? Nick Dobby.
Yeah, so we've got these 2 Aussies really looking strong, but
But
oh
Nick
my
Dobby
God,
is coming
he
back.
is coming. This is so impressive.
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Okay, so that all three of them didn't jump.
Caleb went over it.
Yep.
Corbin has just fallen off there.
Off.
But Nick Dobby is really making a surge in this last K. Can he get back onto these two Australians?
He might have played this perfectly.
As we come up to this final corner before they hit the straight.
If he can really go for it now, he could get them.
And it's going to be an Australian 1-2 with Nick Dobby in third.
Fantastic running by Nick Dobby. See, that is the beauty of cross country, isn't it?
Yep.
You can't assume.
You never know
anything.
what's going to happen.
You really don't. He played that really smart.
And here we come with about 150 to go.
You can see the hurt in their faces.
Looking great. Finishing strong.
Yeah, well done to the two Australians.
1-2 to the Australians.
It's awesome to have them here. It really adds a next level.
And that's Charles Barrett.
Fantastic.
Very nice.
And there's Nick Dobby. Fantastic.
Followed by Nick Dobby.
Running.
Fantastic running by Nick Dobby, leaving it there.
Amazing podium place.
First
there.
place
Kiwi.
for the New Zealanders.
There's
Caleb Wagner.
And Caden Elliott there from Australia in fourth.
And Corbin Holmes. It's come through in fifth. Oh, no, there was another athlete in between them. That's the second Auckland athlete. Auckland's looking good for the team title. Harry Witt.
Oh, and there we go. Qualify to World Cross Country Championship. So that's something we actually haven't mentioned yet, Dave. This is a really important race to qualify for the World Cross Country Championships, which will be held in Tallahassee, Florida, on one of those fake cross-country courses I was talking about before.
The notoriously fake ones.
It'll be very fast, but tell us about the qualification to that event.
Yeah, so today in the under-20s and the seniors, the winner of the race gets a automatic qualification, a golden ticket. So Charles Barrett just took off with the golden ticket there.
So that is a big advantage for the Aussies to come over here as well.
Yes.
I'm actually not sure how it works when they go to run their national champs, which is in another couple of weeks.
Yeah, unsure about there, but I believe the golden ticket will override their national selection at their cross country champs.
Yeah.
But he's got his place at Tallahassee, so that's awesome for him.
Yeah, so that's a big deal to qualify for that. Obviously, you represent your country, and that's why there's a lot on the line today. It's not just about winning the champs, it does add another level. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think the golden ticket has been a factor before, or maybe it was a couple of years ago, but.
No, it's a very new. I believe it's just this year, right? That it's came into place. Usually, the New Zealand national first place winner will get automatic qualification, but they're still under the pretense of making their 10K time that the selection.
Yeah, so I
stipulates.
guess for this, cross country is less about time, isn't it? It's more about proving you can race, and that's where this is so different to track.
I don't think we talked about Nick Dobby enough there.
No, I really
don't think we did. That was a phenomenal performance
Sorry, Nick,
from Nick.
That was amazing.
I mean,